Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Elena Valdez, and I'm here to do the reading for the parents of the Libra child. So, welcome. I hope you're doing great. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome if you're a newbie. I'd like to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. It very much helps my channel. And I'm trying to grow and get this out there to as many parents as possible. Okay, so also as a reminder, my readings are gender neutral. You will hear me say he, she, they, throughout the reading, but please apply it however it best resonates for you. Okay, so I've pulled 3 cards here for the child perspective. In this case, it's for the Libra child. So let's see what's going on with Libra in February. All right, very nice. So right out of the gate, your little Libra is experiencing a lot of family connection here. How beautiful is that? This can be, it doesn't have to be with the immediate family either. It can just be a feeling of connectedness with siblings, with peers, in the classroom, in the family life, as well as with grandparents, cousins, aunts, all that good stuff. One thing I do want to mention with this coming out is remember that this is from the child perspective. So I know sometimes some parents may wonder, well, how is it that my child has gotten the best card out of the deck here, the 10 of Cups, if I'm, having stressful conversations with my spouse, or I'm struggling with work and, it's showing up at work, at home. Yes, that may be going on, but remember, this is from the child perspective. So if that is going on and you are experiencing some tension at home, this probably just indicates that you're doing a pretty good job of keeping it within the adults and out of range of the child. Or the child just hasn't paid much attention to it. Or it can be the flip, that you are really doing a great job of bringing the family together. So this could be traveling. There's also an indication here of a lot of emotional fulfillment. So even if you're not traveling and getting out and doing quote unquote fun things, it just means that your child is getting their emotional needs met here in the month of February. And this could be for many different reasons, right? It can be because, parents are a little bit more unified, or at least, and remember, again, this is from the child perspective. So even if you may be having some kind of complexities at home or whatever, your child is picking up the positive side of those things. So keep in mind. Also, an indication here of potential travel or being outside in nature. That's something to point out. So let's see what a potential challenge your Libra may be facing here in February. Okay, yes, the devil. Look at this little cranky monster here in this deck. So in this, remember, this is the child perspective, right? So we read it a little differently. And this can be about, for a child, it can be as simple as the child having so much fun that they don't really want to do or take care of their chores, their responsibilities, right? Because the devil in general represents addictions and obsessions and bondage, right? But from a child perspective, those things can be lack of discipline, eating too many sweets, or perhaps being a little brat with their friendships, right? Or being a bit of a, no, I want to play, so you need to play with me now kind of behavior. You see how the little kiddos are chained up? So, some of you may have a little Libra here who is being stubborn with his or her friends and is kind of putting his or her foot down and demanding that they play with him. Because remember, again, we're reading from the child perspective. So this card reads differently under a child perspective. And so the challenge could be a few things here. While your little one is having a great time here with the family and peers and whatnot, he could be having such a great time that he's also doing a few things that are not great for him, like eating a lot of candy or having a little too much fun and not focusing on homework, or having a little bit too much fun and not focusing on chores or whatever it is that whatever responsibilities you have tasked your child with, perhaps this is not the month that he or she wants to really do that. So that's a little bit of a conflict. But again, in this situation, it's not, it doesn't feel heavy to me. Also, the devil can and some can indicate a Capricorn, because it does symbolize the sign of Capricorn as well, or it can reference the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is associated with Saturn, which is also authority. So for some of your kiddos, they may be experiencing a little bit, or wanting to unchain from the authority role, is what I'm going to say there. So you may notice that some of your kiddos are pushing back on some authority. And the reason could be because they're enjoying this bliss here. So the authority can be a teacher, it can be a counselor, it can be a coach, it can even be one of you parents, it can be a grandparent, right? Or he or she could be having a blast with the grandparents over here and and not wanting to follow the rule of the parent. So apply it to how it best resonates for you. But I think you get the gist here, right? I don't feel anything too harmful here. I just see a little bit of, going against authority a little bit, or going against the grain here, but for good reason. Okay, so let's see what your child needs most from you, the parent, during February. Yes, the Fool. What a beautiful card. So your child just really wants to be left alone to do what he or she really wants to do, right? So the Fool is about exploration, but it's independent exploration. So perhaps, although your child is enjoying this family dynamic, at the same time, your child may also be necessitating some kind of freedom on their own, or some self-exploration that doesn't include the whole family dynamic and authority, right? So what your child needs most from you here in February is, during the times that you notice your little one pulling away a little bit to be maybe in his room by himself, or, if he doesn't have his own room, perhaps he's pulling away to a part of the home that's just kind of isolated. And that's just because he wants to be on his own and explore on his own, and it's okay. And what is needed from you here, the parent, is to facilitate that independence and allow your little one some freedom and some alone time to go explore and see, you know, what he can find on his own in the backyard, or on your hike, or whatever nature you're going on with your family. You may notice a little bit of your child wanting to pull away a bit to explore. But it's not, it doesn't feel heavy. Like, it doesn't feel like your child is doing it because he's fed up with the family dynamic. It's actually on the contrary. It's your little one's enjoying this dynamic so much so that he's pushing his little leadership skills and independence to the point of needing his or her own freedom and space. It's good. It's all good. It's about balancing. So the bottom line here is, your little one is self-correcting and self-moderating balance, which is beautiful. And what is Libra? Libra is balance, right? It's about the equilibrium. It's about keeping things reciprocating. So yes, he's enjoying family time with family, and now wants to balance with some alone time. Beautiful. I love it. Good job, parent. Okay, so now let's see what advice card Spirit has for you, the parent. And this card here is sometimes a separate message just for you, the parent. But other times, and I would say 9 times out of 10, it's in relationship to this reading, and many times associated to the challenge, to give you a little bit more of a helping hand as to how to navigate the situation. But let's see what you get. And I'm sorry if the camera's shaking a little bit. I keep nudging it by accident. So, all right, Spirit, what advice do you have for the Libra parent, for the parent of the Libra child? Yes. Okay. So 4 of Pentacles, or 4 of Coins. Beautiful, right? And what is she doing there? She's resting. She's meditating. She's taking in nature. She has that window open to nature. And she's in her own space and element. So this is twofold. It's confirmation that first of all, the Four of Coins in general is about stability. So you are doing a wonderful job here creating stability for your child. And your child is feeling that, right? Because it's the foundation of this energy here. So you're already doing a wonderful job of creating stability for your child, or at least that's what your child is feeling. But also, you are working hard, or spirit is actually reminding you to not forget about your own equilibrium, your own balance. So while you're busy taking care of the family, which is a beautiful thing, right? You're doing the best you can to take care of your family, but spirit is reminding you, you also are worthy of that balance and that self-care and that rest and time out and your own equilibrium and your own stability. Um, and this in turn will spill into everything else. And just actually trusting that everything in your family unit will work out as it needs to work out, right? So this is a separate, I mean, it is in relationship to what's going on, but I would say that this is a completely separate advice card for you, parent, to take some time out for you and maybe even literally meditate, literally take yourself out to nature. Um, Maybe some yoga or breathing exercises, whatever makes you feel, whatever helps you feel whole and steady and centered is what is needed here in February. Because what I'm sensing is that you're going to have a lot going on with family matters, family outings, family gatherings, something about keeping the family content and going. And, you're going to have the little kiddos here pushing to see how far they can get. And so you're going to need your own time out here in your own space. So, okay, I hope this helped someone. And if you did like this reading, please come back in March and I'll have another reading here for you. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It helps the algorithm very much. And I look forward to seeing you here again. Bye.